Hello, beautiful people. I am here today to do our July 30 to Thrive call, and I am speaking today on the emotional aromatherapy kit. It's something that I love very dearly. It's a group of oils that are specifically designed by doTERRA to support specific emotions, and there's something I use every single day. So I really want to share with you my musings on these oils and the importance of how they can be integrated into your life, not only for yourself, but your children, your partners, like the men in your life, whoever it may be, the women in your life. Everybody needs some form of emotional support. And I truly believe that these particular oils really are a strong integrative practice to bring in that support and cultivate emotional resilience. So it's something that emotional resilience is something that I am super passionate about. I believe that emotional resilience is one of the things that is missing in our society. So I really love that these oils support many facets of emotions. So I'm hoping jumping on it this time might get a few more live people. We'll see how we go. Oh yeah, we've got a couple. That's exciting. So I'm going to go through all 6 of these oils today. Again, 30 to Thrive is based on max 30 minutes, so we'll see what I can smash out in this time. And I'm going to go through how to use these specific 6 oils, how I use them, and then also some fun facts about them and, why they were created. So I'm going to start with... I'm going to go through pretty much the 6 foundations of types of oils. So if we're thinking of types of oils, one of the first type of oils that you think of, very simple, we've got citrus oils. So your citrus oils, if you think of emotions, citrus oils are really supportive for when you're feeling discouraged, when you're feeling gloomy, and when you're feeling distressed. So any type of citrus oil, but in particular in the emotional aromatherapy kit, the oils that have citrus tones in them are motivate and cheer. So when you're wanting to support any of those more heavy emotions, you would want to go, instead of feeling discouraged or gloomy or distressed, you could go straight for motivate, because it has the citrus oils of clementine, melissa, and melissa in it. So some beautiful citrus oils there. In your cheer, so motivate is known as the encouraging blend, because it encourages some really beautiful, uplifting, positive emotions. So cheer is the uplifting blend, and it has got wild orange, lemon, myrtle, and lemon myrtle in it. So both of those blends have some citrus oils in them. So yeah, you can use your base oils like your wild orange and your tangerine, etc., etc., your bergamot, but these 2 in specifically are really supportive for that on an emotional level. So think citrus when you think of that. Another type of oils, if we're popping them into 6 categories, are our mints. So our mints oils. So we've got 2 blends for it. So we've got our Motivate blend, again, has got some mint tones in it, and so does our Peace. So this whole thing's an integrated wheel, and I'm going to actually pop this picture on after I do this live, just so you guys can get an idea and you can save it in your phone or on your laptop, because it really is supportive. So Peace is known as the reassuring blend, and then again we've got Motivate, the encouraging blend. So they're supportive when you're feeling really apathetic, if you're feeling insecure, or if you've got anxious feelings. So any type of those emotions that come up, you can head straight for your Motivate or straight for your Peace. So, by the way, I'd love some little love hearts or something if this is making sense for anyone who's online, or some love hearts later, so I know I'm giving decent content for you all. So Motivate and Peace are got those mint tones in them. When we go to your florals, floral oils are really good for emotions when you're feeling fearful, when you're feeling worried, or when you're feeling hurt. So really good heart healers floral oils are. So again, we've got some floral oils in your Peace blend, and we've also got them in your Console blend. So again, these two oils are really good for calming and when you're feeling quite hurt. So peace, you have Lang Lang in there, and lavender, and clary sage. And then in your console, you have patchouli, Lang Lang, rose, osmanthus. So you can see how these are specifically designed for certain emotions and to integrate when you're feeling certain ones, or layering them when you've got like a double layered emotion. So you might be feeling quite angry, but you almost might be feeling quite hurt. So you can layer one of the other oils I've got coming, or you can add that console on as well. So another type of oils is known as your tree oils. So tree oils, again, are also very grounding. They're very nurturing, like trees. You know, they've got a really large root system, so they're really supportive for bringing us back into the body. But they're also really good when you're grieving, when you're feeling sad, or when you're feeling ashamed. So again, we've got some of the tree oils are in console, and they are also in forgive. So both of those oils are really, really good at bringing you back in the motion and storing. If you're holding heavy emotion on the heart, those oils are going to be really supportive for that. The next one is herbs and grasses. So herbs and grasses obviously are really beautiful oils. They're really beautiful oils to support when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling bitter, or when you're feeling discontent. So we've got your forgive again. Is a really beautiful oil to support that. And then we also have our passion oil. So passion is known as the inspiring blend. Forgive is known as the renewing blend. So when you think of herbs and grasses, it's renewing, it's fresh life. So forgive has, what is it in there? Thyme, citronella, and also has spruce. And then passion has where is it? Passion has a couple of different buds. It's a very unique blend, passion, but I really love it. Anyway, inspiring blend, renewing blend, herbs and grasses. And the sixth category is known as your spices. So your spices obviously are a very beautiful oil to support somber feelings, when you're feeling disinterested, or when you're feeling bored, so we can reignite that passion blend. So spices are in your passion blend, but they are also in our chia blend. So again, uplifting. It's got the mix with the citrus, but this one's got the mix with the spice and the herbs and grasses. So you can see how they're all integrated in a wheel, and when I post this little wheel after, you'll understand a little bit deeper as to how they're all integrated in together and why they're also supportive. What I love about these 6 blends is literally what the name is what is the emotion that they're going to support the most. So if I'm wanting to feel cheerful, I'll use cheer. If I'm wanting to feel motivated, or before exercise, I'm going to use motivate. If I'm wanting to feel more passionate, or if I'm wanting to use oils that evoke some feeling of passion in my body, passion for whatever it is that I'm doing, I'll use passion. If I'm wanting to bring a little bit of forgiveness, I use forgive. If I'm wanting to bring a little bit of peace into my body or my heart because I'm feeling a little bit stressed, I'll use peace. And if I'm feeling a lot of grief, I'm going to use console. So not only are these oils available in your 5 ml bottles, which you can pop on your LRP, which is incredible, you can also get them in your rollers, so your doTERRA Touch oils. So all 6 of them come in your rollers. I'm throwing things around here. Motivate and passion. So really beautiful as touch natural perfumes. So if you're still using toxic fueled perfumes from any of the big department stores, I would encourage you to actually have a look at what's in them and opt to a more natural solution. Like, you can replace so many things within your household, but also a lot of the beauty products that you're using and buying and popping on your body. If you haven't already integrated a lot of those into your life, you can do that with essential oils. So natural perfumes, I have not worn a perfume in years, but these 6 bad boys right here are really beautiful to use as natural perfumes, especially because we fluctuate throughout so many emotions during the day. So I find that really supportive for that. But there is something that I really want to touch base on when it comes to these 6 oils. So one of the oils that is my favorite, that a lot of people when they smell it, they're like, oh, that's quite interesting. And it's a mix of the herbs and grasses and the trees. And it's quite a unique blend, but it's known as Forgive. And it is one of my all-time favorites in this pack. And the reason being is because it's the renewing blend. So if you think of renewal when it comes to the earth, when it comes to like fresh rain or new shoots coming through or grass. What I love about this, or forgive, when you think of the word forgive, generally we're thinking of if we've been hurt or if we're sad or we've been angry or there's been some type of betrayal or just some type of hurt is when we think of the word forgive, right? So what I'm wanting to share with you about Forgive is that I want you guys to think of this as a much more tactile tool than just as an emotional support for forgiveness, because it is super, super powerful. So when you reach for any of your oils or any of your emotional aromatherapy kit, I ask that before you apply whatever oil that is that you grab Forgive first and you apply that first. So when on a very tactile way, here we go. It's late at night. I really should do these in the morning. There was some tests done, and the statistics that come back from these tests is there were massive shifts in a workplace when Forgive was being diffused. They felt the most shifts and they felt the most supported when Forgive was being diffused. And when you think of a workplace, it's a place where there's generally going to be conflict. That's inevitable when you're working in a group environment. So when you think of that, of course that's the case. Like it's always going to be like that when it comes to conflict in that. But when you think of Forgive, the aromatic compounds are floating into your brain, through your bloodstream, they're opening up our hearts, and they're helping us to let go without us even knowing or being cognizant of it, right? So what I love about that is no matter what oil you're using and at any time, it's supporting you on a deeper subconscious level than you're even aware of. But what I love about Forgive the most, the fact that it's made of trees and herbs and grasses, is that it's reconciling our heart first so we can create wholeness and stillness within that space before we invite in to bring in another emotion. So it brings in tenderness, and then you can deposit how you want to feel. When everyone watches this, I really want to know whether this makes it makes sense, but I'm just really wanting to know if people resonate with that. So if you think of forgiveness, it's generally like forgiveness of self when, all right, so we're not feeling motivated. Then you're usually beating yourself up. And we're usually going through a cycle of whether that's not feeling good enough, or maybe we're not feeling very passionate about our work or in our relationship or with our intimacy. So then we're beating ourselves up again, and we're being like, should be more of this or should be more of that. And, maybe we're not feeling very joyful. Maybe we've been a bit flat. So we're inviting in cheer, but we're beating ourselves up that we should be happier. Or maybe peace. And we're just like, all right, well, I'm trying to be more peaceful, but I'm really stressed. And then, our mind works in so many incredible ways, and our neural pathways are always firing. And again, it may be console, and it may be that you might have some really heavy grief, but you're then beating yourself up about it. You should be getting through it quicker, or you're just not knowing how to cope with the amount of heaviness you're feeling. So when we invite in Forgive, we're inviting that layer into ourselves first that is tender and we're reconciling our heart first. We're forgiving ourselves for not feeling motivated or not feeling passionate or not feeling joyful enough or not feeling like we can deal with our stress. So when we invite in forgive first and then invite in some motivate, it just seems to have a beautiful process to it that is a deeper connection to heart and a deeper connection to our emotions. And I just really love it. I really, really love it. So, like, if you don't have forgive, like, I would just 100% encourage you, because, like, everyone I know, myself included, is really constantly working on feeling enough and feeling worthy and feeling loved. And you know, we all have times in life where we're feeling flat or we're feeling uninspired or we're not feeling as happy as we think we should. But instead of beating ourselves up, like, let's come back to just a place of like self-compassion and tenderness and just supporting our emotions in a way that is actually just giving ourselves a break. You know, I just see so many women and men just constantly beating themselves up. And I guess why I chose to do the emotional aromatherapy kit this month is because we're in the depths of winter right now. And it's a beautiful time to tune inward and to turn inward. And when I think of all those aromatic compounds like floating into the brain and then going through all your meridian lines in your bloodstream, and then just opening our hearts and just like helping us to let go, just without us even knowing. Like our brain can't even process that. Our body is so incredible. It just functions in so many ways. So yeah, I just would encourage you, if you can, get some forgive. Like it's such a powerhouse oil. And then when you layer that, like if you're wanting to feel more passion, layer that passion on the top. Once you've forgiven yourself and given yourself some tenderness and a break, just to come back to that space and center of like, it's all right that I'm not feeling super inspired right now. It's all right that I'm not feeling super passionate. So they're my favorite. That's just like favorite right now, based on that study and based on how that actually supports the body on a very deep emotional level, as well as energetically, as well as physically. So rubbing that on the heart is super great. I love all of these oils on the heart. The other way that I really love to use these oils, these 6, I also, if you're open to this, I'm going to throw this out there. If it's not your thing, totally cool. But I also like to use them as a really quick and simple chakra balance. So I might do a little video on chakras next month if people are open to it. But what I love using these 6 for is based on the colors and based on where they are. I actually like to do a little chakra balance. I'm actually going to do a video on this next month just to mix it up a little bit. But for now, use them as your natural perfumes. Roll them on your wrist. So passion is an oil that I would use when I'm going out. Every time I wear this out, I get told by men that I smell delicious. So really great for date night, ladies. Really great. It's got those mix of those spices as well as those herbs. So it's like really grounded, but it's got that spice. It's got that, like, I don't know, it's just got something delicious about it. But I always get told I smell good. Motivate is an oil that I would use when I'm wanting to uplift energy. So I would use it before, if I'm feeling a bit flat in the morning and I'm not wanting to go for a peppermint or a wild orange, I'd go straight to Motivate. I use that before sport, any type of physical activity, or anytime I'm just feeling like a little bit lethargic, I would reach for my Motivate. Cheer is an oil that I would use if I'm just feeling a bit flat or sad. So like if I'm feeling a little bit like I need a bit of a boost. I know Motivate and Cheer, they're very different blends, but I use them depending on what I'm drawn to, because all these blends have really distinct smells. So Cheer is another oil that I use for uplifting. It's also if just I'm feeling a bit flat. If it's maybe like grey skies or winter, also a good one. Just a really great one to support emotions in that way. Forgive, heart healer at its finest. So I roll that over the heart. Even if something gets said to me one day and I'm feeling a little bit like hurt, as a quite a sensitive soul, I'll just roll forgive on my heart just to support my emotions in that way. Yeah, and anytime that I'm just wanting to invite in more tenderness, more softness, more compassion to self and to others. So forgive's a really beautiful oil I use for that. Console is also known as the comforting blend. I use it when I'm feeling really heavy, or when I'm going through grief, or I have, especially grief. Grief is such a transient emotion that constantly, like all emotions, but grief in particular can come in really strong waves, in particular for really heavy grief of like death or really big burdens. So it's known as the comforting blend. So it's really beautiful layered on top of forgive. But again, rolling it on the heart, using it on the wrist just to support, it just brings me back into a space where I'm like almost holding my inner child and supporting that aspect of ourselves that just needs tenderness and an embrace. So that is how I would use console. And then peace. Peace is the reassuring blend. Anytime I'm feeling like a little bit overwhelmed or feeling like I'm not coping with certain things in life as well, yeah, I would use that as a blend just to support bringing me back into my body, bringing me back into a space of calm, and bringing me back into a space of just like connection of self. So they're the 6 oils, and they're just really, really incredible to use daily. If you don't have any of these, you can buy them all individually in either the 5ml. They're all different prices, and because you've got your wholesale account, you can get them at 25% off like all your other oils. So have a look in your back office for those ones, and you can add them to your next LRP. And then you've also got your doTERRA Touch ones as well, so they're already in your roller. Obviously these ones are really good in your diffuser, and I use them a lot in my yoga classes, and I use them, they're just a daily thing for me. And I always just get asked what I'm wearing or what I've got on. So that's something that you could be doing to support yourself. So they're the 6 oils. You've got passion, motivate, cheer, forgive, console, and peace. And what I'll do is I'll post a little picture of the wheel of these oils so you get a little bit more of an understanding of these 6 oils in particular, and pretty much the categories that they all fall under, but also the categories that all the oils fall under. So you get an understanding of the types of oils that you're drawn to, maybe because of what you're personally moving through right now. But basically, like, use your oils, whether that's the emotional aromatherapy kit or singular oils, whatever it is that you've got, or different blends. Like, use your oils daily to support your emotions, to build your emotional resilience, and to support yourself when you're moving through. Like, we're going through this all day. Like, our emotions all day. It doesn't matter who you are, or how together you are, or how much you've got going on. We're always going through different emotions based on life circumstances. So I would encourage you to get your oils out, have them in your handbag, have them at your work desk, have a diffuser at work in your office, have a car diffuser, whatever it may be, small amounts all day, every day, to support your emotions. And yeah, I wanted to speak about these 6 this month because they're just 6 of the most powerhouse oils that I use all of the time. So I have no idea how long this has gone for, but that's okay. I think that is a good time frame for people to watch back this video. So I hope that has really supported you, and I would just encourage you to get onto these bad boys. Even like a really great way to start it. I'm drawn to color too. So color is another powerful way to use oils. So like, you might look at these right now and you might not even be able to see the name properly, and you might be like, I'm really drawn to the yellow one. So like maybe have a look into cheer. Have a look at our photo albums in here, because we've got a lot of content in here on all of these things. Or ask a question. Pop a little comment in the group, and we'll see what we can find for you. But like, you might be able to see these better now. but like you might be drawn to one of the colors. So go with yourself. Like, it's something that I personally love to teach, is like intuitive choosing of oils, intuitively building your kit, going where you're drawn, because our bodies are telling us and giving us signals all the time. So I hope this has supported you in some way. And for anyone who joined live in different parts, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, please keep enjoying your oils, and please enjoy your emotional aromatherapy kit. So much love, and I'll see you all soon. Mwah.